Whose hand is that? I see.
That is not my hand. Whose is that? Is our special guest already on?
Well, I'm special.
Yeah, you're special.
Whatever.
Isn't that the truth? All right, let's get rolling.
Spectre 2 reporting in. This is Vanessa Marshall, and I play Hera Syndulla on Star Wars Rebels. You're listening to the Hyperspace Heroes Podcast. That's no moon.
And now, on with the show.
For bladder check. 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 Wait. Screw it. I'm holding it.
Podcasting, the final audio frontier. These are the legends of Brown Squadron.
Our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at it.
The ongoing mission? To explore the Star Wars universe and other nerd culture topics. To seek new content and new cantinas, bars, and lounges. To boldly annoy Scruffy by making too many bad jokes. Welcome to the Hyperspace Heroes Podcast.
And welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. This is Brown Leader signing in. And it's Scruffy!
Yes, Brown 2 is signing in. I am here.
Whoa, Brown 4 is shocked. Look at this.
I know, right? There's three of us on the screen. Isn't that crazy? Well, welcome back, Scruff.
It's good to be back for a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
pretty much.
Not on special assignment this week. And before we've got a guest on tonight that we're going to have bring on stage here in just a few minutes. Another one of our Mandos. I think we're going to have to start a whole Mando division of Brown Squadron.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yes,
so
that
we got
would be epic.
Right? Brown Squadron with a whole wing of Mandos for an attack force or something would be kind of cool.
How could that not be cool?
I know. But before we bring them on, I wanted to go. You guys both got to do something fun on another show recently.
What does Star Wars mean to you?
Yes.
Yeah. What a great time. Dave and Alora are awesome.
Yes. It was an awesome show. The time went by incredibly fast. It was great. I loved it.
I'm used to doing the interviewing and not being the subject of an interview, and I was kind of nervous, but man, an hour went by like in a blink of an eye. They're great people to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it. Would love to be on again someday. Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, I've been on their show a couple times and absolutely love those guys, and we've had them on a few times on here as well. And they're due for another trip around to come visit us. So Dave, we'll definitely get you and Laura back on pretty soon.
Awesome, love it.
And Scruff, when did you were telling me you think they might air?
I believe he said by the 31st. So I think this coming week I'll be on.
Okay, that would be Tuesday's show, right? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
right. And then DB, you're probably a few weeks later or something, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm about 4 weeks out from Scruffy. They drop about every 2 weeks, I believe, and they've got some other guy in between me and Scruffy. But
some other guy.
He's a collector of some kind. Steve,
some other random guy.
Yeah.
Steve. Speaking of celebrities on the show,
right. Oh man, and you know what? He just dropped some stuff online today. His next set is going to be D Squad from Clone Wars. So
no way.
Yes, he's got a whole droid set coming out. So that's
cool. All right. I will be placing an order as soon as that's available.
Yeah. Right. So
take my money.
All right, let's get to our guest tonight. So tonight we've got another Star Wars performer, an actor. He has been in Mando and Book of Boba Fett, I believe. Playing a Mando in both shows, and And yeah, we are super excited. If you follow him on his Instagram, you can tell he's a big fan of the IP as well. And so tonight we are bringing on Daniel Romero. So let's go ahead and bring him to the stage. Daniel, hey!
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Red Mando reporting for duty.
Red Mando.
Excellent.
We're gonna start that whole Mando squadron there. There you go.
Yeah, I think that's because we had Paz Vizsla on last week, and we had who was a couple weeks before that, Paul Darnell, who's played some background. He's the Shriek-Hawk Mando, and then I think we're growing in ranks. We're just gonna have to hold that whole division of Brown Squad.
Really, I've had the privilege to meet them both, and they're phenomenal men. So yeah, I'm glad you guys got to talk to them for a bit.
Right on. Well, welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a joy. And also I want to thank Star Wars Hunter 1899. He definitely made the connection between us and Daniel to set up this interview tonight. So Star Wars 1899, you are the man again for helping us set this up. So all right. Well, first we'll get right into the interrogation. So Daniel, what right? First question we always ask our Star Wars guests, what does Star Wars mean to you?
It's such a loaded question. Before I even get into that, I want to drop back to Clint real quick. Clint. Yeah. Clint has been such a phenomenal guy and it really shows like the fandom and what this fandom means to a lot of people. So Clint is one of the first people I met post show, like after it came out that I was talking about the show and whatnot, and Clint reached out as a fan, said hi, and we've always been really cool with each other, talking back and forth. And it was a few years after I started doing cons, I finally got the opportunity to meet him. I was out in Kalamazoo Comic-Con, and he came up, big old smile, his Boba Fett hat, and I recognized him right away. I was like, man, it's Clint, what's up? And he drove, I think, like 2 hours, I believe. Hours, like just to come say hi. And that really meant a lot, because meeting online is one thing, but then when you come in to meet the person like who's been giving you so much love and just from that doesn't even know you, right? It really meant a lot. And then a few months later, I had another Comic-Con out in his area, and he's like, hey man, I'm gonna be volunteering at your con. Can I your handler at your table? Like, I would absolutely. So to go from just being, a fan and interaction online to being a friend, and we went to lunch, we had a great time. I took him to, I think it was Raising Cane's. It was for the first time. So we had some Raising Cane's, shared some stories, and it was a lot of fun, man. So Clint, man, I thank you for all that you've done, and for all that you've done in helping me with a few things, even this. So shout out to you, Clint, man. You've been wonderful. Back to what your question was.
Yeah.
Star Wars, what does it mean? I don't know. So my Star Wars journey started when I was a kid. My Star Wars episodes are 1, 2, and 3: Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith. Right? Revenge of the Sith is my favorite one. Like, hate it all you want, I love Revenge of the Sith. I love Revenge of the Sith. So it was one of those things where, I don't know if you guys remember, that the video game came out prior to the movie, I believe. So I started playing the game first, and then I went to go see the movie. And I saw it with my cousin's boyfriend at the time, and he came back and was like, Daniel would not stop talking, and I was reciting the whole movie while it was going on, because they played clips of it in the game from the movie. So he's like, he just spoiled everything. He just kept talking, and but just like as a kid, a friend of mine asked me this yesterday. He goes, why do you love Star Wars? Why do we like it? Like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, like, what, I like it, but what about it do you specifically like? Like, really, what got you into it? And for me, it's the world. The world building is phenomenal, right? There's endless amount of stories. Every planet, every star, every ship is a story in the galaxy that you can be a part of. So growing up, I lived in those worlds. I always lived in movies and video games, whatever it may be, just to kind of be someone else. And it meant a lot to me that my best friend loves Star Wars, my brother loves Star Wars, and because I got to watch those movies and live in those worlds, going as a fan to loving it to actually being on set, there's no other thing that a fan can ask for. You know what I mean? Like, we all live and dream to hope to be a part of these universes in some way, but to actually be a part of it, man, like I'm very fortunate. I'm blessed. I'm grateful that I got to be a part of Star Wars. You know, in that world, I exist in that world. Like, there's no other way to put it. So I'm very grateful.
Right on. Yeah.
Excellent.
And there's Clint right there. Star Wars Hunter 1899 rocks the helmet. Right on, man.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead, DB.
It sounds like you're a prequel kid, and now we've got 3 eras of Star Wars. Can you tell us about your first Star Wars experience, or did you just tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my first Star Wars experience. My brother and I would play in the backyard. Do you guys know those sticks for plants and trees? They're green and they're like super tall, a little bit rigid to hold the plant up, like that's falling over. We had those, and that's what we would use to play with our lightsabers. Like, that was his Darth Maul double blade. So it was abnormally like super long, so it just didn't work. But we would do that. We would do the Duel of the Fates in the backyard, trading off between the different characters. And then we had those the original like telescope ones, where if you you swung it, opened up, and I had the privilege to live next to my cousins. So we all had our lightsabers: purple, blue, red, and green. I think those were the 4 colors. So we'd play lightsabers in the front. Somebody would hit their fingers, someone would start crying, and then somebody would throw it. And I think it was durable, so it worked out. But it even goes back, I think, further than that. Even into grade school, I specifically remember when episode 3 came out, we were talking about being like Jedis and having a Jedi order at school. So all the guys got together and like tried helping each other practice with the lightsaber. And it got to the point we started calling each other characters based on like their skill level. Can't quite remember who got what, but it was like down to that kind of tea. And my friend reached out after like it came out that I was on the show, and he reminded me about that. He's like, dude, do you remember that? We were just kids like talking about Star Wars. Like, we believed we were Jedis, and it meant a lot to all of us. And again, just being able to be a kid believing that you're a Jedi, like that's what this whole, fandom, or not even fandom, but I wouldn't even say trilogy, franchise, I guess you could say, franchise does to people. And it's beautiful to see that on both sides. I saw it as a kid and I lived it. I got to be a part of it. And now I see it from the other side of the table, what it means to so many people, so I'm very grateful that I get to have those different experiences,
Right on. Yeah.
Great answer.
You're living every Star Wars nerd's dream life, because that, I mean, who amongst us, and being a background, or not a background, but being a character in Star Wars and just living that dream. Here we go from playing in the backyard to being on set, and just what a magical experience that must be. And I wanted to agree with you on the fandom part, talking about Clint there, because that's how we've discovered that too. Just entering this community as a show, we've been, the number of people we've met, and just the generosity and the kinship, and Clint's not asking for anything in return from this, and he's like, hey, he saw a couple of our episodes, we started DMing a little bit back and forth, and he was like, hey, I know some guys, I know some people, and can I help you get some guest book? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And he's, again, not asking for anything in return, and it's just a straight up stand-up guy in that aspect. And we've run into a lot of people, and we've gotten to interview quite a few people just based on making friendships and talking to people and just hanging out as fans. And it's been, the community's been, they say it's toxic, but it's really not. And there's you got your clickbaiters out there for sure, and the trolls, but for the most part, especially when you go to cons, I mean, I'm sure you see it too at cons, we're just there to have a good time. We're just there to have fun with what we celebrate.
Yeah, everyone's there for the same. I saw this post the other day, and it was somebody saying like, it's my first time going to a convention, like what are some things I should know? And I just said, this is how I looked at it. Just remember, everybody is there for the same thing. Everybody's there to see their characters, whether it's merch, or even just to hang out. I know plenty of people who go to Comic-Cons just to hang out with their friend group, and just walk around and cosplay. But like you're talking about the fandom, and I always try to say this for anybody, being a part of the show is a blessing, no doubt. But I'll say that like this: the cosplayers who are, the 501st, the Mando Mercs, the Black Widows, the Jolly Rogers, who else am I forgetting? Who are the Jedis?
Oh yeah. Scruffy, better do
Saber
something.
Guild.
Yep.
Saber Guild.
Saber Guild.
Yes, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, Saber Guild. All those people who embody these characters at Comic-Con or events, like I think those people are just as important to the fandom and to the stories as us. Like I'm grateful to be a part of the show, but to see the way people get so excited and so happy to like see their characters and people, a Jedi or anybody walking around at an event or a Comic-Con, people light up, and it's such a joy to see that. So, if you guys or anybody who's out there cosplaying, just know you guys are such a big part of this franchise and galaxy that people look up to you guys, and I love it. It's a joy to see. So it's important. And I think it's super important that we just keep that protected.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to see it.
Right on. You guys want to? Scruffy got a question.
Yeah. What was your favorite moment or your favorite part to play?
Okay, I have a couple. So
All right.
I don't know if you're gonna ask this question later, but I'll just jump into it. My first day on set was with we were on Navarro, right? In Mando. We were on Navarro, and this is after I get my suit on. I get my suit on, we go to set, and finally I have all my stuff. I have my jetpack, I have my helmet, I have my blaster. Like I'm ready to go. Like this is it. And it that's when it started hitting me. I was like, okay, this is like, I'm really a Mandalorian here, right? And they kind of explained the scene a little bit, the PA, and he goes, all right, this is how the scene's gonna go. Just don't fall, because you can't see in the headset. So we do the scene, and they yell, cut. I start crying. I'm in my headset, I start crying. I'm like, oh my God, this, like, I'm a part of it now. Like, I'm actually a Mandalorian on Navarro. Like, this story, I'm part of this story now. So I was like, thank God I have this helmet on so no one can see me. And they're like, reset. Like, hold on, I can't see. Just give me 1 second. Right?
Yep, I get it.
And that's just how it worked. But that was my first day on set. My favorite day was actually with Tate. It's where we're in the bonfire. And, Tate and Paz is talking about getting us to go to Navarro to help the people. Mm-hmm. And that's when Emily like has the her hammer, mm-hmm. And just passing it around like a talking stick. Mm-hmm. And so my favorite day was shooting that one. I'll tell you why. It's because we have to shoot both coverages, right? They have to shoot our coverage, and then they shoot, Tate, Brendan, and Emily's coverage, right? So we're shooting their coverage first, and we're hearing, the dialogue go through everything. Well, then they turn the camera on us. Mm-hmm. And like, all right, cool, we're just gonna get your coverage, your reaction, we're gonna kind of go back and forth. There was a time where, because the coverage wasn't on them anymore, I think Tate took off his helmet and just to kind of recite it like a little bit better. I don't know why he took it off. It doesn't matter. But in that moment, just the way he delivered those lines, I was like, dude, hell yeah, we are going to Navarro to rescue these people. And just in that moment, it really clicked. Like, man, this is gonna be super cool. It's like seeing all the Mandalorians sitting on rocks, the fire is going, you see little Grogu over there. But yeah, that was my favorite moment that I got to be a part of, and Tate did a phenomenal job. So Paz Vizsla was asking me to go to Navarro. That's the way I saw it. I was like, I'm ready. Sign me up, put me in, coach. Here we go.
That's awesome. Complete immersion.
That whole scene was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the talking hammer. I mean, I think every workplace needs that hammer. So you have the you can talk only if you have the hammer.
Yeah. But it was good. Yeah, it was such a fun scene. Totally immersed, especially because we had the volume going on. So, it wasn't a full practical, but it really did immerse you.
So, what was it like working in the volume?
Hot. Yeah. Yeah. So, you got to remember in the volume, you're on the soundstage, but because it's on the soundstage, they have the AC going when you're not rolling. But when you're rolling, the AC is off. So if they're doing, a couple takes here and there, just like a 2-minute in between, they're not going to turn the AC back on. So it is just hot. But it was super cool. It was super cool to see. I had never been on a volume prior to the show. And to see the way it worked, because I also work in VR and tech. So like I was kind of nerding out on the way it was like set up. Without going too much into it, it really is immersive. You can't even tell when it's on screen. Like a lot of whatever it might be, filmed for the show, you can't tell it's a volume set. But the way they mix, practical effects, fire, smoke, the rocks, the formations, and then you have the background, who's going to be the actual volume. It's kind of a trip, especially when you have the headset on and you're looking through the visor. You can't. Your depth perception is a little off because you can't really see because it's so dark. So you're kind of like, am I gonna go into a $50,000 panel or are we good? But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was super cool.
That's cool. That's very cool. TV.
Yeah, my question was going to be about your vision or lack thereof in the helmet. You've already alluded to it twice. I mean, not only the vision, but can you hear well in those? Or are there any kind of speakers or anything in there?
Oh, I love that shot. That's such a cool shot. No speakers. No speakers in the headset or in the helmet. You can hear. You can hear yourself breathe quite a bit. I mean, anybody who wears the helmet, you could attest to that. But as far as vision goes, they had to constantly remind us not to look down, right? Because we're supposed to be in these. Oh, there we go. We're back. Looks like we're frozen.
Nope, we're good.
Oh, we're good. Cool. Sorry. Yeah. I think you got. Anyway, we had to constantly be reminded to not look down because not all of us are used to these helmets, right? Especially when you can only see that much. I mean, you guys. What do you guys wear? Do you guys 501st, Mercs? Pilots?
We don't actually cosplay, so it's no. But we did get so we had Chris Bartlett on, and he showed us the inside of C-3PO's head, which was really cool, and so we got to see through those little pin pricks that are eyes.
That's pretty cool.
But we can imagine. I mean, we've heard all this. We've heard lots of stories about the limited visibility in those helmets.
Yeah, it's not for a lack of want. Just always find something else I got to buy first.
Yeah, I have cosplayed at conventions, but it's always in a Jedi outfit, so my head is pretty much free. Yeah. But I applaud cosplayers because if you're transporting this stuff to a convention, it's a whole other suitcase or whatever you've got to take this stuff. And all I had, was a robe and a lightsaber and some boots, and I found it
you're good to go.
So, and just wearing that robe, I've been miserably hot walking through conventions. I can't imagine wearing full armor with limited vision. So.
I know some people have put fans in there. I've met a few guys who put like a full cooling system in it. So some people have worked it up pretty high tech to like make sure they're all good to go. But yeah, on the show, you do have super limited visibility, and you kind of do get used to it after a while. We were on the show for like 5 or 6 months, something like that.
Oh wow!
So we got used to it after a while. But the funniest part is when we were walking through the cave. I remember this. We were walking through the cave, and because the cave is dark. We were going into the armored, workshop because the cave is super dark. Even with the visor, you couldn't see anything. It's just completely black. So I remember I was like this, had my head straight forward, but I'm just looking down the entire time, making sure I don't step on the camera's rail because it was coming as we were walking. So I was like, oh my God, like don't fall. And after a while, it works. But every movement you do with your head is super loud. Because it's such a big piece. So like any small turn, the whole thing shifts. So we're super used to with our eyes looking first and our head not moving. But that's not how they wanted it. So if we had to look at something, they had to make sure our full head would turn to look directly where we needed to be. Otherwise, it doesn't catch on camera. Because if I'm trying to look over here and it's just my eyes, that subtle movement isn't so much. No, I have to actually look that way so the entire head is over there. But I mean, I can't see anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, all applause to like the stunt performers, because dude, like even Lateef, like the way he fights in this suit, like super respect to that. And Paul Darnell, and everybody else who did the stunts, I got the opportunity to do a stunt scene, not for the show, for something else with a smaller visor than the one I have here. So I understood it, and I talked to Lateef about it later. He started laughing. He goes, "Man, not so easy, is it, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I get it. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do that and experience kind of a fight scene in a Mando helmet. It was good.
That's cool. So from Star Wars Hunter, were you able to watch scenes you were not in?
No. We most of the time we were working on stage or on set. They keep it really tight as to where you're supposed to be and where you're not supposed to be. I mean, if you're not on set, you're in holding. So whatever else might be going on somewhere else, you're not really allowed to go to. Whether that be the sound stage on the volume, because if you're not supposed to be there, you're just a body that's getting in the way, essentially. And that goes for any set. If you're not supposed to be on production or on the set, we need you to move. Otherwise, you're in the way. Sometimes when it came to like being on location when we were filming in the back lot, you could kind of see what was going on, because they would kind of like rotate people in, people out. They only needed a few of us, and they weren't sure how many they were going to have in the scene. So like it would play out, and then they'd probably add you. But most of the time, they just used everybody. So nobody really got to see stuff that they weren't in. Most of the time, you're working.
Right on. So, did you from Star Wars Hunter, from Clint again? Did your character secretly want to take out the covert commander and move up the leadership chain?
Still want to take out the covert commander. Tell him. You guys. So, have you guys heard that running joke? It's Roy Ross. Mm-hmm. Are you guys familiar with Rory yet?
A little bit. I've been talking to him about getting him on the show.
Okay, you need to get him on the show. But Rory's a great friend. He's another great friend I've been on the show, and we just became really close. I officiated his wedding. That's how like good friends that we are. So he's the Mandalorian covert commander. He always has to put that super long title in there. I'm like, Roy, you're just a green Mandalorian, bro. Like, it's okay. Just say. He's like, no, I'm the covert commander. All right, sorry, you're covert commander. No, I didn't. I didn't ever want to take him out. Roy's a great friend. He's a really good friend that I got to share a set with, and got to go to a lot of Comic-Cons that we go to, because we're always like together in the show. 9 times out of 10, if you see the green one, you'll see the red one right next to him, or vice versa. So we have a lot of really cool shots together. Looking back on it, should I have taken him out? Yeah, maybe, but then I'd have to wear the pauldron, and I don't think it goes with my outfit. So, I
Well, did you ever actually like come up with a backstory for your character, even if it was just in your head?
Sort of, not too much. I didn't read too much into it. I did dive a little bit deep into the colors, because I guess each color meant something, right? And I discovered that the color that I had represented of a loved family member. So I was like, oh, okay, I like that. Or like a fallen family member. I was like, okay, I like that a lot. That really resonates with me a little bit more. And I kind of just stuck with that lore. I didn't dive too deep into like who my character might be. But as far as the color, that's as far as I went, unfortunately. Yeah. Hopefully, you never know. We'll see what happens in the future. God willing, right?
Right?
Make something happen.
Right on.
We got one important question here. What is DB's Jedi Master name, or is he the oldest Padawan?
They refused to give me the trials because
he'd break a hip going through the trial.
You know what? Yeah, I am the galaxy's oldest Padawan for that reason. So
All right.
Right on.
This is a Mrs. Adelphi.
Mrs. Adelphi, welcome to the show.
Yes.
I think it sounds like maybe she's been tired of just listening to us when Mr. Adelphi Rangers has been, but we joined late. Did he ever get to wear an X-Wing pilot's flight suit? Yeah, I think that was meant to you, Daniel.
Oh, no, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
I like that.
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet. You never know what could happen. Stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the show somehow, but no, I haven't got to wear an X-Wing pilot suit yet. Actually, no, I haven't. But the funny thing about that is I've had 2 opportunities between fan films. The fan films are awesome too, but there was a fan, I can't quite remember the name of it. This was like I was in high school. It was a long time ago, over 10 years ago. And I had the opportunity to be a part of another fan film where he's like, yeah, we want you to be an X-Wing pilot. And here's a story, there's going to be a couple X-Wings, but we're going to have you do it. And I don't quite remember why it didn't work out. Something just happened where it just didn't happen. And then not too long ago, somebody else was shooting another X-Wing, film. And the dates for myself just didn't line up. So I never got the opportunity to be a pilot. Not yet. So we'll make it happen though. Don't worry. We'll put it on and we'll have some fun.
Right on. I want to talk a little bit about the found films as well, but before we do that, one of the things I also want to find out is how did you get into being cast in Star Wars? How did that journey go from to getting picked to be part of the covert Mando?
So I had a casting agency. There's a casting agency out here that does the castings for all the shows. I had gone into other shows. My resume had built up a little bit for terms of people in uniforms, right? So policemen, firemen, mercenary, army, navy, whatever, doctor, whoever it might have been. It's somebody who's like that kind of profile. Those are usually my gigs. So like SEAL Team, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Rookie, ER, Station 19, Firehouse, those kind of shows, right? So those are shows that I've done over the years. Well, to my understanding, because that's the profile I got asked to be a mercenary for the show. And I was like, oh, cool, like a mercenary, but they don't tell you what the show is. It's just like, hey, you're going to be a mercenary. I'm like, that's my profile. I'm all about it. So I get the call, mercenary, cool. I show up to the costume fitting, and I'm like, this looks super familiar. I think this might be the Mandalorian. And I went into my dressing room, and around the room, there's a bunch of pictures of Mandalorian. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, we're mercenaries fighting Mandalorian. That's going to be awesome. And straight out of a movie, she hands me a piece of armor. She's like, no, you are a Mandalorian. Here, put this on. I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'm going to be a Mandalorian. So the way I look at it was, I had the right profile that kind of just like had the stars line up a little bit. I mean, I was in good standing with the company. So it just kind of fell onto my lap, and I kind of got super lucky. That's just the honest truth. I was in good standing. I never really had any bad things happen on set. My profile was all mercenary, military-esque kind of characters anyway. So it just kind of worked out for me. Unfortunately, I met a lot of people who I think tried to be on the show. Like they were asked, but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. They were too big, too small. They just didn't fit the costumes. But I got super lucky, and it started prior with Boba Fett. I was on Boba Fett first, and then I got into Mando 3. Boba Fett, I got to do a few different characters, not specific like standout characters that you're gonna like look at and notice right away, but it's just space travel, right? But then Mando came around, and now that's actually a solidified character that when you look at, you're like, oh yeah, I know who that is. So it worked out swell. I'm very lucky that it landed the way it did.
Right on. And Scruffy DB. So in Book of Boba Fett, one of the roles he had was when Boba comes riding on a bantha into the town, into a village. There's a guy putting stormtrooper helmets on pikes.
Yeah, I remember that scene. Oh,
yeah. And that's Daniel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So funny story about that day. There's a couple funny stories that happened on Boba Fett, actually, at least for me. I think they're funny. That specific scene, the PA comes up to me, and he looks me up and down, and he goes, "You're kind of tall. Come with me." It's like, all right, cool. Like, we'll see what happens. He takes me around the set, and he looks at me and he goes, "Okay, this is what you're gonna do. Just like stand here, put the helmet down, walk away." I could do that. That's super easy, right? Oh my gosh. When I tell you, that was pretty difficult. It was difficult. But it got to the point where like I looked around and it was just me and the Bantha and Morrison. I'm like, is there anybody else gonna be here, or is it just me? Like, no, just you, you're good. Like, oh my God, okay, don't mess us up. Don't mess us up. And the way it initially they told me what was gonna happen was they go, props has like 2 or 3 breakaway helmets. So like you're gonna crush it down, and it's gonna come down, and it's gonna like land in this place. That was the initial idea, from what I remember. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They strapped it. They didn't want to do that. They didn't trust me, and they were rightfully so. And so they ended up drilling a screw into the pole, and they're like, yeah, just hold it here and then just slide it down and like land here, let go, let the helmet rest. But they wanted it to rest a certain way. So like when I let go, it had to be resting either towards camera or I think towards the Bantha. I don't quite remember, but it had to be resting a specific way. So I would bring it down, I would let it land. They didn't like where it landed. All right, cool, let's readjust the screw. Well, when they would do that, they would readjust the screw, would remove me from set, and then have me come back and just roll. The issue was the screw kept being in a different spot, which meant every time I let go, it would land in a different spot. So I was like, hold on, guys, give me like a second to just figure out where I need to like let go of it so it lands properly. And so they're like, all right, here, take a second. All right, cool. All right, hold on. And action. Oh God, okay. Shh. And I let go. Cut. Daniel, what are you doing? Why are you moving it before we say action? I'm sorry. I was just trying to figure out, like, you guys change the screw. I just want to know where it lands and how to do it. All right, cool. Do it again. All right, cool. All right, so like it goes here and action. Oh God, okay. Let go. Daniel, what happened? Like, why was it at the base when you're supposed to be up here? Sorry, I'm just trying. 1 second. Let go. No. Okay, turn over here. No. Okay, here. Okay, I think I found it. Cool. We're good. All right, action. Daniel, what happened? Why did it land that way? Honestly, I don't know. I'm sorry. All right, hold on. Let's go one more time. And then I think the AD came up to me and was like, hey, bro, are you okay? Like, you nervous? Like, no, I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out like how this thing is. All right, we're gonna change the screw real quick and then we'll go again. Okay, here we go again. All right, action. Okay, there we go. Scroll. All right, we're good. All right, cut. That was it. All right, great. We did it finally. But the amount of times like I kept having to do it because the helmet just kept like shifting from where they kept wanting it to be I felt so bad. And the band kept having to be reset. But it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. And I looked around like, cool, this is my scene. This is me. We're good.
That's hilarious.
And then there's another scene where they gave me like, do you guys know those boots that are like, they're not a heel boot, but they're they're platform shoes, right? But they're boots. They gave me that, and they gave me a full outfit. There's a scene where the Gamorrean guards are waiting for like the pirates to come at them in Boba Fett, and the train passes by, and like people scatter. Well, I'm in that scene, running, right? And the issue was they gave me like a little cap, and they gave me those platform shoes. We're running in the sand. So you see me running like I have fins on. So my legs are flailing out to the side because I can't run properly straight. Because I'm in the sand and I'm like falling over. So like, you know how you run in the water or in the ocean or whatever it might be, like kind of like putting your feet out like a duck. Yeah, that's how I was running. And I'm dropping my hat's like this. I have a little like suitcase or a box, and I'm just like off the way. They cut that scene. Right? Thank God they cut that scene. But it was harsh. Yeah. It was harsh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun.
That was hilarious. Star Wars Hunter again. I heard you travel with another Mandalorian to children's hospitals. How did you get involved with that?
I actually haven't had the opportunity to, unfortunately. I haven't had the opportunity to go to many children's hospitals. Rory does that. Rory has always wanted to travel to children's hospitals, and I always told him I would go with him. But the couple times he's gone, we've been at different conventions. So like we haven't been able to sync up quite to do it. We want to be, or at least, we want to be able to get our outfits and visit these hospitals, because like that's something that these kids would love, and it's real for them. But that was something that Rory got me involved in. So God willing, we get these suits made sometime and get this done.
Very cool. Very cool. What or guys, before we go into fan films, did you have any other questions about being on set or anything like that?
Not on set, but just a con question in general. I missed you in Kalamazoo. I was going to be there. I had plans on being there. Work got in the way, as always, as it has a lot recently. Do you have any con appearances coming up?
We have one in Idlewild, California, out here. On May the 3rd, I believe. Or May the 2nd. May the 2nd we'll be out here in Idlewild. Rory, myself, and a few other people will be there. And then May the 4th, Rory and I will be in, I believe, Tucson, Arizona for a firefighter event. So I'd like to help out the firefighter benefit. We'll be signing out there as well for May the 4th. And then the rest of my year is free. So if any cons want to book me, feel free.
Right on.
Funny, we do know people. I want to follow up on the con thing because it is such an opportunity to meet the fans. And like Scruffy says, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, that's one of our favorite cons, and it's easily accessible to us. And I went to school in Kalamazoo, by the way. And I'm assuming you met Clint at Motor City in Detroit. Is that?
We met at Kalamazoo. Yeah, whatever Kalamazoo is. Yeah, Kalamazoo is where you initially met.
Okay. Because, Michigan has some good cons between the Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and Motor City. So hope you make it back out for one of those, and we can catch up with you. I haven't had the privilege to
go to those other ones yet, but would love to.
So. Right on. So you've mentioned fan films a couple times, and I've seen on your bio there, or your Instagram, that it looks like you and Rory and some others have done some fan films. So how did you get involved in that kind of project?
I was going to show you the hat that I had, but I don't think I was wearing it, so it's probably in my car. Fan films, yeah. So a friend of ours, Scott Wynn, approached Rory, myself, and a few other people and said, "Hey, I want to make a fan film. Here's my idea." And Scott's one of the first people I met at my first Comic-Con. And he was a super nice guy. He's still a super nice guy, but he's a super nice guy. And he's been a great friend since I started this whole thing. But he approached me one day and goes, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing a fan film. I want you to be a part of it. What do you think?" And me, I always think about stuff. Let me check it. I don't know if that'll be okay. He was talking about Mandalorians. And in my head, I'm thinking, he wants us to like reprise our roles and like be these characters again. Like, I don't think that'll work. And I don't think we should do that. Let me talk to Rory. Oh, Rory's already in on it. Okay. Well, then Rory jumped right in. Okay. If Rory said it's cool, then it should be good because Rory's super like by the book. He doesn't want to upset anybody at the, in the industry. So I was like, oh, cool. It must be good. And then Scott told me like, we're going to be these different characters. We'll give you a suit. Don't worry about it. I was like, oh, cool. We're not even reprising our roles. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll do it. It's when Scott kind of showed me the script, I was like, oh, damn, okay, like this is going to be a lot of fun. And it's called Civil War, Certain Point of View films, fan films. Oh, okay. And I'll tell you this. When you get people who are super passionate and super creative, you get something that's really special. This film has a lot of cosplayers in it, has a lot of people who are in the industry. and they put them together, and that's what we got an awesome film. I think I've seen quite a bit of it, and it looks really, really good. But it's even more special to share the screen with these cosplayers, because for them, they put so much time, effort, love into building their kits, right? And now that they could put it on screen as part of a film, like just what it means to them, and to be able to see them as their characters and who they are, and they build their backstories, and their friends are there, and they're with all of us, and we're just having a good time. It's a special thing, and that goes for any kind of fan film. But I think this one was great because Mandalorians, like, their kits are super personalized, like right down to like the weathering. Every piece of it's a story. So to be involved with cosplayers and industry people, it was a lot of fun. It was really hot. I'll tell you that, because we filmed out here in Lancaster, California. Super hot, but it was a phenomenal thing. And I have to give some love to the stunt team too. The stunt team did a phenomenal job. Everybody did a phenomenal job, but the stunt team who came in, they did some fantastic job. They really showed off in a great way. But also they kind of gave me an opportunity to fight. Like I mentioned earlier, I got to fight with a Mandalorian helmet. The one I got to wear was the Marauder helmet. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. It's on my Instagram. That's the one I wear. It's a concept art for what I believe Paz Vizsla was gonna have, so they just scrapped it. But somehow we got the right to wear it. I believe that's the lore. So it was super cool.
You'll have to pull it up. I can't figure out how to do it anymore.
I'm on it. I'm looking for it.
I lost my skills over the last 6 weeks.
A good photo of it would be. Let me see if I can find it. I can't even find it. Any good photo that's blue. Anyway,
I might have it here. I'll bring it up.
So we got to wear that, and they let me fight. But the stunt team, any stunts when you're not part of the industry, is super liable. Like it's hard. Yeah, the one on the bottom left.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's super liability, right? Because if you get hurt, it's on them for agreeing to let you do this. So the stunt coordinator goes, like, show me what you got, go rehearse, show it to me, and we'll talk about it. And I kind of let him know my background, and thank God he let me do it. Rehearsed. The fight choreographer, John, did an amazing job. And then Taylor, my fight partner, really made me feel comfortable in what I was doing, because I was super nervous to fight. And they broke it down for me, like, here, look, here's what you need to do. Here's how you need to move. Here's how you know what I'm going to throw. And just go with it, right? And so we did the rehearsal, showed the stunt coordinator. He gave me the green light, said, cool, you can fight. And I did. But you see how thin that visor is?
Mm-hmm.
That was super thin. And so I got super nervous I'm going to hurt something. And we did the fight scene. It goes super well. I start telling everybody, I can't see out of this visor. It's super hard. Well, somebody put it on and they go, yeah, you didn't take the protective film off the middle part. It's like, you guys gave me the helmet and I had it as is. Okay, so whose fault is it really?
That's
and
funny.
So the entire time I'm fighting with dust and a protective film on it, and I really couldn't see. But thank God they let me do it, and it was a lot of fun.
I love the design of that helmet. That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, it's such a beautiful helmet. Oh man, it's a trip. But hopefully we finish this film soon. I know it's being edited. God willing, it comes out sometime soon. And
okay. So it's not out yet.
Not out yet. No.
Okay.
Not yet.
I've been looking for it.
No. I think there should be a trailer somewhere about it, but not out yet.
Awesome.
Very cool. Now, was that filmed out at Outpost 77?
Yeah. Twin Suns Ranch, out where Outpost 77 is. Yeah.
And Scruffy and DB, I don't know if you've ever heard of Outpost 77. Mm-hmm. Have you? Okay. Yep. All right. But yeah, if you could tell everybody kind of what is Outpost 77, and just kind of give a little.
Outpost 77. This is the way I look at it, right? This might not be the best way to describe it. Just think of a big LARPing event, cosplay event that's in the desert where you have to be a part of this galaxy. So in other words, you need to dress up. You need to have some kind of story, who you are, some part of Star Wars that brings you into this universe. And we just have a good time out Outpost 77. You know, it's a ranch out here in Lancaster, California. Yeah, there's vendors, there's food, there's dancing, there's games. But again, it's like Comic-Con where everybody's there for the same thing. So everyone's just having a good time, right? It's a super fun and immersive event that they get to do where you get to bring your cosplay, your merch, your lightsabers, whatever it may be, and just hang out with other people who are a part of that galaxy. You know, if anybody wants to be part of the universe, I guarantee this is one of the places to do it. It's a lot of fun.
I think we have a new goal.
Yes, we do. I wanted to be part of this for a number of years. Just like I said, every time I think about cosplay or start to think about what I would like to do or what I'd like to buy, something else comes along. I got to have more. And I won the lotto yet, so that's also a problem.
What you guys need to do is next time they have one in June, but set it up for you guys. You guys need to get a booth, do a live podcast there, just interviewing travelers as they come.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be a hoot.
That'd be epic.
That would be very cool.
But I think we should all do it with Twi'lek outfits.
Oh,
yeah.
I want, yeah.
Like space dive in Detroit.
It's a fun event though. It's pretty much. So I got super nervous the first time I went because I've never cosplayed, I've never dressed up, I've never fully, immersed myself into that kind of thing. So I was super scared to go and just be a part of it. And we also got to be a part of the live entertainment. So I was like, man, Rory, help me out here. Give me some lore so I can shout some different things from the rooftop. And so we did. Oh, I have a funny story.
Yeah.
So there's a story. All my stories involve Rory, funny enough. So we're doing the event, right? And we were supposed to have the 501st and the stormtroopers show up and kind of raid the town looking for people. They're Jedi. And they're if I had to gauge a distance, 2 blocks from one building to the next building, it's about 2 blocks, maybe a block and a half, right? The idea was I'm supposed to be on the rooftop shouting, hey, the Empire is here, right? Rory is supposed to run from that second building to us with a smoke grenade. It's going off. He's trying to signal the town that the stormtroopers are coming. And I'm with Scott. And he goes, Scott, how funny and likely would it be that Rory runs early and the stormtroopers are not ready? He goes, don't even put that out there. Not even 10 seconds later, Rory's running, and we go, oh no, stormtroopers, you need you guys to get going. We were trying to hold the stormtroopers off and everybody off because we couldn't get the sound system going. So they were supposed to have TIE fighters come in and shoot off and everything, and an explosion. And so 30 seconds before Rory's running, we told the stormtroopers to stand down. Well, nobody told Rory. So Rory's running, the Empire is coming with a smoke grenade. And the stormtroopers haven't even started walking yet. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, just start yelling, oh my God, they're coming here. It ended up being a full 5 minutes that I'm just shouting yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't believe this guy anymore. He said the Empire is coming. He's probably full of it. He's been drinking a little bit too much. Little do I know, I look in the distance and finally the Empire is walking over, but it's still a 2-block walk. So they're slowly making their way over, and we're kind of improvising how it goes. And Roy's collapsed because he's inhaled all that smoke grenade from his run that he really just put all his heart into. And I'm up there just trying not to laugh at the situation because I said, oh, I knew this was gonna happen. But it was still a fun time. It was a good time, and I would do it again. I had a lot of fun being there. But next time we just need to make sure the PA works.
Yeah. Equipment test first.
Right on. Right on. Guys, any other questions?
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome event. I think that's our new goal.
Yeah.
Next year is definitely the 50th anniversary, but maybe the year after.
Maybe we'll have to get
I'm sure
some.
they will do something special. I mean, I don't speak for them, but I'm sure they'll do something special for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, how would they not? Right?
Absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool. DB, any other questions?
10,000, but I don't want to waste his time. He's given us such great stories.
He has.
What do you got? Hit me. I'm an open book. What do you got?
Oh no! Most of it, I was curious about the costume, and you're just talking about Outpost. Were you dressed in a Mando outfit, or was this a different costume? What was your character?
At that point, I think it was just a galaxy, just a traveler. Really, I wore brown pants and some regular shoes, and I think I took part of Rory's Jedi outfit. I took like his robe, not his robe, but like one of his shirts. The only problem is that shirt didn't fit me because Rory's like super small, and so like I'm kind of like this in it, and I couldn't button it. So the entire time my shirt's just open, and I'm just like what are you? Like, I'm part of this universe. But next time I do want to kind of like get a little bit more into it, and really put some thought behind it, because I didn't know what I was stepping into, but now I know. So now it makes sense.
It sounds like a Star Wars Renfest, really. I mean,
essentially, essentially, except it's, for I think a day or two.
Yeah, we knew DB's costume is going to be the pink shorts.
I'm going to be a pink shorts guy. Yeah. Okay. Here's a question that I'm gonna placate Scruffy with. Did you get to work with Katie Sackhoff at all?
Oh, by the way, did I mention Katie Sackhoff remembered me?
No, Scruffy, you haven't mentioned
There you go. There you go.
All right, there we go.
I did.
56 minutes.
I got to work with the big three. I got to work with Tate, or big four actually. Tate, Katie, Brendan, Emily, all phenomenal people. Can I just say? Not once. I've been on plenty of sets, and some sets make you feel like you shouldn't be there. Not once did I ever feel like I didn't belong on that set. It's because Tate, Katie, Emily, Brendan always made us feel like we were part of their story. And I thank them for that. They don't have to do that. They're such phenomenal people. Tate has a lot of wisdom. You guys talk to Tate. Tate is a really nice guy. He's a really good guy that I've had the privilege to have some conversations with. Emily, I've talked to a few times, not as much of a conversation, but we talked. Brendan, I've had quite a few conversations with who as well. And again, they're phenomenal people. But Katie, right? Katie Sackhoff, for me, what I geeked out on was she's the Pink Ranger. She's Kimberly. Do any of you guys know from where? You guys are kind of
was that Robot? No, was that Robot Chicken? No.
No.
She's the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers in Power Rangers Reboot, I believe. It's a fan film.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember that one where it was like they were interrogating Kimberly and like what happened to the rest of the Rangers.
Oh, I do remember that. Yes.
I didn't see that one.
I haven't seen
Rita
that.
Repulsa. Oh, you got to watch it. It's great. It's really good. It's like a darker take on Power Rangers, right? But that's where I recognize her from. And I was like, oh my God, it's Kimberly. They're like, what do you mean? Like, she's Kimberly. No, she's Kimberly. Okay. And then I played it from like, I get it. Because I'm a big Power Ranger fan too. And cool. I got to go to Comic-Con with I can't remember her name right now, but she played Rita Repulsa from the show, and she also played Rita Repulsa in that fan film. And I got to talk to her. I was like, yeah, I met Katie Sackhoff, and she was the Pink Ranger in this fan film. And who was that Rita Repulsa? She's like, oh, that was me. Like, oh my God, hi, you're amazing. So, but yeah, Katie's too. I don't have her autograph just yet, but we'll work our way to it.
Right on. So I want to go back to when you were doing the fight scene on that film, and you had to do all the practice and the choreography and everything. You had mentioned earlier that you had been in some like Navy SEAL roles and things like that. Had you done any fighting choreography prior to that?
No. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, and was the nervousness was this your actual first fight scene and in a Mando outfit on top of that?
Yes.
Okay.
It had been my first fight scene. I've always wanted to get into fight choreography, That's something I've always liked. It's because I have a background in martial arts, and I've always wanted to get into it. But just like anything, like you don't know who to talk to really, and you don't really know who's good, who's bad, So I kind of never did. But yeah, doing that fight scene was my first fight ever on camera.
Okay.
Right, and in a Mando suit, nonetheless, was super cool. But I'm grateful that they let me do it. Again, it's a liability, especially for them and myself and the armor. But the way John and Taylor like kind of broke it down for me, it made me feel comfortable. And like, yeah, you can do it, dude. Like, don't worry. And it flowed. I was happy, And then after that, I trained with John, out here in Burbank, a little bit after that, because I had a feeling that when we came back to film again in a year, that they would want to do other fight scenes, and I wanted to be prepared. So I trained with John, for the year, on and off to make sure like he knows like what I can do, what I'm capable of. So when we go back, we're ready to go. Right. So we went back to the ranch to film again, and they're like, we want to make your fight scene longer. And one of the stunt coordinator at that time knew me because I was training. And he goes, yeah, all right, here we go. You know what to do. Here's your moves. Here's your beats. It's like 15 beats. And I trust you. And it worked out. And I was like, thank God, like I committed to that, to like training, because I had that preparation, right? And they built that trust. It was a lot of fun. Issue though, the person I was fighting wasn't my initial scene partner. This guy was great, by the way. He did a great job, but we were new fight partners, and he didn't quite know the delicacy of the props in the armor. So we're doing first take, not even kidding. First take, we do something breaks. And we were like, all right. And he goes, what happened? And like, it broke. It's like, why? Because it's flimsy. It's not like you put some force behind that, man. Oh, okay, whatever. Here, just get another weapon. 3 or 4 takes later, we're shooting like different angles. Breaks again. What happened? It broke, dude. I'm sorry. All right, whatever. It got down to the point too, which I thought was pretty funny, where I kept missing my mark. So like, there's a point where I have to like land in a certain spot, and the stunt coordinator comes up to me and he goes, Daniel, what's going on? Like, you're missing your mark. I'm like, bro, I can't see. Like, I'm doing the choreography. I can't see where you want me to land because it's dusty. It's hard. What do you mean? Here, you try it. Whoa, you really can't see in this thing. Yeah, bro. I'm not lying to you. It's like, okay, cool, I get it. Anyway, just try your best. Like, I can do that. I can do that for you. But yeah, it worked out though. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do it.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. Oh, dude, again. Sorry.
So when kind of a behind the scenes question. So in that scene in Book of Boba Fett where you're hanging the stormtrooper helmets, did they film also the same time with, well, you said Tomorrow was up there. Was that Bantha? Like so originally in the original Star Wars, the Banthas were elephants with costumes on basically, and then they did some special effects. Was this was there a live animal under there, or was it more like animatronics with just okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Okay, that's very cool.
Yeah, there's no way that would have been a real animal. That was too hot, and yeah, that would have been nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That was so bad, but I know it's animatronics.
All right, right on. Very cool. And then did you ever have any run-ins with the animatronic of Grogu on the set?
Absolutely. Yeah. Grogu was super cool. We got to see him a couple times. There's some scenes that were taken out where we had a little bit closer interaction with Grogu. But like, let me just tell you, like those puppeteers, man, are awesome. The way they make Grogu move and the way it works, I think that's super cool. It takes a lot of talent to do that. Mm-hmm. And to see like the different iterations of Grogu that they have, especially the ones that are puppeteered, or when he's in his little dome, even the animatronic itself. We got to see quite a bit of what Grogu was, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I think he's super cool. Grogu is a trip. So
yeah,
I'm just glad that we got to see what it was like. But if you ever get the chance to talk to the animatronics, the puppeteers, do it, because their whole perspective on how he works it's phenomenal. Like it's something I can't comprehend.
I would love that.
Yeah, we have a puppeteer coming up. We're working on scheduling. Not somebody that's worked on Grogu, but he's worked in the industry as a puppeteer. So we're excited to talk to him coming up. So that'll be a lot of fun. He was on Skeleton Crew, so definitely some cool stuff with that. Yeah, and I love the fact that did you get to play a guitar with Grogu?
No, I didn't. I got to watch him dance though. Got to watch him dance a little bit.
Oh, that would have been
super
cool.
Yeah.
That's
that would
cool.
have been awesome.
I had to make sure I didn't step on him, because it's dark, can't see where he's at. And it's like, watch Grogu, otherwise, you'll be going in the fire. Like, all right, hold on, just where's this little thing real quick? So
well, and I love the fact that they're still using puppetry and animatronics, and and not just relying solely on CGI for everything. And I think it adds that great component to Star Wars, making Star Wars. Well, cool. Guys, did you have any other questions as we start to wrap this up with Daniel?
No, just looking forward to hoping to get to catch you at a con one of these days, since I missed you at Kalamazoo.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah. I'm sure we'll make it happen. And I mean, just like any other con for anybody else, just if you guys like want any person to appear there, you just like have to let the con know, and then to have them reach out.
Yeah, right on. And we'll definitely be looking forward to that, to the fan film, and definitely. And if you want to come,
yes,
and when it's getting ready, if you want to come back on and definitely plug that, you're more than welcome to, and we'll definitely be talking about it on the show when it comes out. So, okay, well, let's flip over to Collection Corner, and we'll go through that.
I want it all. Keep no time to approximate. I want it all. I want it great now. I want it all. Yeah. Brown Squadron.
All right, Collection Corner.
That's so epic.
Super cool, dude. That's such a cool song.
It is.
It's a real song.
Right. Yeah. So like about 2 months ago, I went down a rabbit hole of AI music.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And I created theme songs for these guys, and I just had some fun with it. And I was like, we were using, what were we using?
Queen.
Queen, but we kept getting copyright strikes, and
we're banned in Belarus and
in Belarus and Russia. So we didn't want to lose our viewership there. Not that we have any. So
there might be one.
Right.
Yeah, it's okay. That's all you need.
Right on. You're right. All right, Scruffy. Let's start off with you as normal.
Oh wow! All right. So I've been placing some orders lately. I've got Dr. Zevon.
Right on.
And look at the condition of this card. Thank you, Amazon, for shipping it. Doing a great job boxing it and shipping it. So since it's already destroyed.
Oh,
there you go. Look at that.
Opening it.
Too bad.
Are you guys inbox collectors?
We so both, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm an inbox collector, so that hurt.
Well, I mean, it's already destroyed anyway. I mean, it's beyond destroyed. It's beyond.
So anytime I want to make DB flinch, I just pull this.
Why?
Yeah, I did it unboxing one time where I just had no respect for the package, and I just was like, But I'd also ordered like 4 of them.
So here, DB. Oh,
what is wrong with you?
That hurts.
That felt great.
That
felt
hurts.
great. But DB.
For the record, Daniel, I take a little X-Acto knife and I cut it very carefully when I open a box.
Well, you know what? So did I. But what am I going to do with all these cards? What am I doing with them?
Wallpaper.
Yeah.
No, I've already got posters and autographs and stuff for that.
Or you just leave them in the box on the card and then not have to worry about it.
Actually, that was a third one I ordered. I have 2 that are still sealed on the card.
Oh, there you go.
I specifically ordered that just to make him cringe.
It worked.
And then so some stuff has showed up in my office. Thank you.
Since we've been talking to Mandos, here we go.
Mandalorians, absolutely.
Okay.
I love this. This also showed up on my desk. Thank you.
Cool.
Absolutely love it.
Very welcome.
And so I ended up having to go downstate, so I hit a comic book store down there and found a copy of this.
Wow.
Down there. So it's kind of like a miniature graphic novel of the comic book.
Yeah, but that
itself.
actually came out in 1980.
Yeah, that actually came out in 1980 even. So yeah, I always wanted a copy of that. I never wanted to spend the $20-$30 on it because I always found something else I had to have more, as always.
Right.
There's a theme there. The first issue, Mall, the comic book, came out, so I haven't had a chance to read it yet because I've been working, as you all know.
Mm-hmm.
And then while I'm there, I've also picked up both of these.
Right on.
Sons of Dathomir and this one didn't really have a title, just called Darth Maul. So I'm excited about that. Picked up the High Republic.
This omnibus?
This is phase 1, the omnibus. Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be done. Let's see. I managed to find another comic book set to collect, the Crimson Reign. So I've got 3 issues of 3 or 4. Of course, they had the variant covers for issue number 4, so I had to buy all the variant covers too.
There you go.
Thank you. Absolutely. And I picked up another 20 issues of the Nam.
Oh, did you finally find some of the ones you were missing?
They were in I was in Grand Rapids, so yeah, I swung in there for the sole purpose of buying some back issues of that to try and complete the set.
Nice.
I'm only missing 20 now.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, so we're getting there.
You're getting there.
We're getting there slowly.
Nice.
Yep. So Unboxing, welcome to the show, by the way. Unboxing is an inbox collector, and he has a whole channel on unboxing. Star Wars Hunter, I'm an open collector. Unboxing, Scruffy and I now have the same 1980 book.
Yes.
Right? I have the same as well, but
yeah. Carbonites, the High Republic omnibus is tempting me. And then a question.
It's awesome.
The Max Rebo experience. As Daniel on set, have you been on set when Carson Teva came to warn Din about the pirates attacking Navarro?
Oh, yeah.
That's when he like comes out and he's doing this, and it's for R5 is like hiding.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting thing. I'm not in that scene for one reason. So I remember this day. They put me and another Mandalorian on top of the cave. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like there was 2 Mandalorians like looking out at him as he comes out.
Yep.
Out of the ship. Well, there was 2 more Mandalorians off to the side of the cave. And so that was me and somebody else. His name Jeff. Big guy. If you look at the Mandalorians, he's the tallest one. Monster. Anyway, we're on a scaffolding, right? Walking back and forth along this cave. The issue is, you guys have seen those, they're like 2 feet long. Yep. Or 2 feet wide. We're not stunt people. So that's classified as a stunt, unfortunately. And so they're like, we just want you guys to kind of patrol, ping pong, right? I guess they got around that. We can't see. There's not a lot of space, and we're not stunt people. So if we fall, we're kind of done. And so during that scene, that's where we were. Anyway, they took us down super quick. They're like, absolutely not. Like, we can't have the guys up there. Which makes total sense. Like I was nervous up there. And so I guess whoever asked me about the scenes, watching scenes, yeah, I got to watch that scene because I was supposed to be somewhere else. They took me out of it and, got to watch that happen. He's somebody I haven't met though. Paul? His name's Paul. Yeah, I haven't met Paul just yet. I have some friends who are friends with him. Haven't met Paul just yet. So
he was our guest for our 100th episode. Super nice guy. Yeah. Super, super nice guy.
And he's happy he has his own action figure.
That's pretty cool. So he sent me a video one time. I thought this was super funny because he's with my friends, and I had just been talking about how I don't have an action figure yet. And so the news got to him, and so they recorded a video to send to me. And he's like, who do you think you are complaining about you don't have an action figure? I've been doing this show for 8 years, and I still don't have an action figure. you just came on, and it was so funny. But that was the first thing I saw in the morning, and I wasn't really paying attention to like what was happening. I'm waking up, and I'm watching like this video of Paul just like yelling at me. I'm like, why is he yelling at me? and then I finally like opened my eyes and like really took a look. And my friends are all laughing about it, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like he's just messing with me. And then his figure came out like not too long after that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
really
when we asked him about that on the show, I thought I had unleashed a Pandora's box because he went on a tirade that was just hilarious. It
was awesome.
He was the awesome. So as long as we're talking about action figures, so if who do you think who would get the action figure first? Would it be you or Covert Commander?
Easy one. They're gonna put us in a package together.
There you go.
There we go. So okay, so you know what? We'll bring somebody on to see if he agrees with that. So
that is what I was laughing about earlier because I read that name, Better Looking Mando. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
What's up, dude?
Oh, what's up, man? I had to come on at least for a little bit to see what's happening. Honestly, I think Daniel's right. It would be both of us at the same time. Or at least that's the hope. Like that'd be absolutely amazing, especially since we travel all over the place and have been on this journey together. And there's nobody else I'd rather want to do it with. So he's the man.
My man, you're already married. Don't relax. But
I know.
Funny enough, it's Carbonite, who's in the chat. Yeah, there we go. Carbonites. I posted a comment on the photos you guys had posted, and I said, "Hey, you need some covert Carbonites," and then he responded. So, we'll see what happens. That'd be pretty cool. And then we'll leave the Covert Commander out of that one, but it's all good. But that was pretty cool. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool if they had us in a package, or like at least a few of us.
Right on.
Yeah. No, it'd be great. I think the red will probably hit first, if I were to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Right on.
But you're on a shirt though, right, Rory?
I think so, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's hard to tell. I would have to hit up the artist and be like, hey, is this the Pauldron? Is that me? Like, it sure looks like it, but that's with Heroes and Villains, I think.
Yeah.
But we did actually what was really cool is a few years back, I had a friend of mine who we became friends, and he does some awesome figures, but his son was going through cancer treatment. And so as kind of a fundraiser for that, he made 20 of these custom Mandalorian Covert Commander figures, and it had my little Star Wars story at the back of it, but also his son and his story and what he, the cancer and how his fight was going. And so those are the only 20 figures that I've ever signed to this day. And that was really cool to be able to do that.
That's very cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool. So before you joined us, we were talking about who would win in a fight, between the Red Mando and the Covert Commander, and Daniel was puffing up his chest pretty good in terms of,
Yep.
I'm kidding.
Oh man,
trying to make waves.
I think what would end up happening is we're all about making love more than war. So
there we go.
I guess so. Yeah,
it'd be the bromance.
Yeah, Mandos for love. Mandos for love.
Yeah, we had some...
if people haven't seen Daniel and I at like a show, what you see is what you get. Like, we are very much like we raise each other or razz each other, however you want to say it, and but we're always having a lot of fun. A lot of great stories, and everyone in the Star Wars family is really a family, and it's so great to be able to interact with the fans and them to see us in our true form, and we just, that's just who we are.
Right on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, and in the Star Wars universe, the Mandalorians, it's a brotherhood, right? It's a clan, and you guys definitely represent that in real life, I think. So Star Wars Hunter for $18.99. We need to get you guys to Michigan. Right on.
Yes, please.
Right
man.
We'll have to figure a way to make that happen.
Yeah.
If anything, Clint will make it happen. He's made so far everything. He's like, I'm gonna do this, and then he makes it happen. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Like, I didn't know you were working on that, but I appreciate you, man. But yeah, Clint is a phenomenal guy. Like he's so selfless. Great conversations about everything, and again, I had a lot of fun with him when we were out there.
Right on.
Awesome.
Rory, we appreciate you jumping in for a couple minutes. That's
yeah.
Thanks for being the surprise guest. Do you have any con appearances coming up or anything?
We do. Actually, both Daniel and I will be on May the 2nd at the Bounty Hunter Tribute in Idlewild here in California, out near Big Bear. So we'll be out there signing. It'll also be Stephen Constantino, Bradley Gailey, who is also a Jawa, and I feel like there's somebody else I might be missing. Molly's not going to be able to make it now, sadly.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Sadly, she's going to actually be moving back to Cleveland, so she won't be with us, unfortunately. But it'll be a great time. We'll also be showing off some Star Wars fan films and Path of the Lost, which unfortunately Daniel is not in the first episode, but maybe the second, depending on if people like it. But that's kind of like my Star Wars fan film where I had always dreamed about being Luke Skywalker's student at his Jedi Academy. Obviously, once Force Awakens happened, that looked like it was going to be not happening at any point. But I kind of created this own little story and sort of infused some of my own personal life in its journey and created this really cool story with my buddy Zach. And it'll be about 40 minutes runtime, and we'll also do a Q&A afterwards. And so if anybody is in California able to come out, definitely do so. And then either way, May the 2nd, that is what we're looking at as also being the debut of it on YouTube. So it'll be out there for free for everyone to watch as well.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Wow, looking forward to that.
Yeah. It's a cool one if you get a chance.
Hey, Roy, this is my podcast. You haven't been invited just yet. Nice plug there. Nice. No, seriously though, I know Rory. He's been working on this film for quite a bit, and I know how much it means to him, and I know how excited he's going to be to see it. So if you guys get the opportunity to see it, or when you get the opportunity to see it, I suggest you guys all see it. I've seen snippets of it. It's going to be a good time. So definitely
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Right on. And Rory, we'll try to get you on around that time too if we can to help you pump it up. So
that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
So, yeah, give it a thumbs up so he has to make another one, and then I can be in that one.
There we go.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cool lore, for those that have seen the movies, you'll definitely get a lot of references, and then those of us who've read maybe some of the books or have seen Clone Wars and all the other mediums in between, there'll be some deep lore cuts that I hope people will enjoy and have to do some rewatches. But yeah, the soundtrack is completely original too. Original score as well. And yeah, Daniel. I don't know if Daniel told you, he was our officiant at our wedding, and he rocked it, did an amazing job. But he, in the wedding, said, "By the way, I'm not in this film." I was like, "I'm sorry. Like, what can I do? I can't run away and say, I'm like standing there as he's, basically pronouncing us man and wife, not Daniel and I, but my wife and I." And
thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is he kind of got back to it. He's like, "By the way, Allison, I know you've been waiting for a long time, but Rory already said yes to me years ago."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man!" Right and on. Then he kept it together. He didn't let me know that Boba Fett was going to show up at the wedding, and oh my God, because my wife basically said no Star Wars. And I was devastated. So he's at the house as we're getting ready, and I'm like, "Dude, man, this is tough. But I'm choosing my wife over Star Wars, but and he's like, "Oh, man, it'll be okay. Everything's gonna go just fine." And our buddy Mike, who's an awesome guy, he got Sam Witwer to do a video for me to say congratulations. Oh, that's cool. And I was like, if this is the only Star Wars I get, oh my God, this is amazing. Right, and so I'm tearing up. And then we get over. And we're getting to the rings, and all of a sudden I realized, I don't know if I gave my best man the ring. And I was like, and Daniel was like, "Rory, you don't have the ring?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. It all happened so fast, and I'm like, what do I do? And as I'm in this conundrum and just freaking out a little bit, the Book of Boba Fett soundtrack starts playing. And I'm like, who's doing this? You guys are going to ruin my wedding. And I look over to my wife, and she's smiling. I'm like, what is happening? And then I turn, and then right down the middle of the alley or the walkway, there's freaking Boba Fett, Empire Strikes Back, full regalia. And I was like, what? And I feel terrible, but I forgot that this had to do with the rings. So as he gets closer, I'm just like bringing him in for a hug. Didn't even hear him say, these are the rings you're looking for. So I'm like giving him a big old hug. And then Daniel and my wife are like, hey, Rory, like, come on. I was like, oh, okay, right.
Right on. That's hilarious.
That secret.
That's awesome.
Keep that secret.
Right on. Yeah. Yep. As Star Wars Hunter 1999 says, she's a keeper for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because
100%.
mine was a resounding no. There will not be Star Wars in my wedding.
Okay. Same here. Here. Right on. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Rory. Appreciate you popping in.
And I appreciate you being here. Better looking, Mando.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
You heard it from them, Daniel. No, I'm just kidding. Daniel's the man, and definitely anytime you're going to go to a convention, you see Daniel, you're going to have a great time. He's really great with, making sure that he gets to know you as a guest, because as he said, it's you guys that really allow us these opportunities. And Daniel is just, he's humble, he's awesome, and he's a great friend, and I can't say enough good things about him. So with that, I'm going to sign off. This is the way. Daniel, love you, man.
I appreciate you, buddy. Have a good time. We'll talk later.
Thanks, Rory.
All right. Thanks, Rory.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So funny story. He popped on like 10 minutes into the show.
And that's what I was laughing about.
Yeah.
I started laughing. I'm kind of like,
right. Because I told him
better looking Mando.
I was like 8:20. I told him I like pop in at like 8:20, 8:30. I'll steer the conversation around that way. And we were talking about so much other stuff, and then all of a sudden he popped off, and I'm like, oh man, we missed it. And so I'm glad he popped back on for you.
That's good. Roy's good friend. It's a lot of fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah, I could tell you guys definitely have that chemistry going on. All right, back to collection corner. So Scruff, was there anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. Is that not enough?
Right. DB.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I visited Kokomo Toys in Kokomo, Indiana a couple weeks ago.
And you bought the Imperial Shuttle.
No, that was $850. And you want to talk about a resounding no from a wife?
I believe that.
She said mortgage or a plastic toy. So, but
toy.
Instead, I got this awesome dewback.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
For $10. So, and he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have the reins. He doesn't have a troop or anything, but he's going in my Tatooine diorama. And that's all I'm going to show this week because I don't want to run this show over. So I'll flip it back to Brown Leader or Daniel, if you've got something to show.
Yeah, Daniel, you got anything you want to show?
What don't I show? There's so much. So I first, like we said, this community of fans. I'm sorry, puppy. I didn't mean to step on you. Sorry, my dog is asleep in my foot. Anyway, this fandom is amazing. I'm very grateful anytime I get to meet somebody and have an interaction with them. Let me see. What do I got? One second. Yep. Let's see. I have a few helmets. Let's see. This is my first helmet that I travel with. It was made by a guy named Roman at Chero Props on Instagram. He sent it to me all the way from Germany.
Oh, wow.
He's like, hey, bro, you need a helmet to travel with? Let me send it to you. Sent it, came down, and I love this thing. I travel with it quite a bit. It's a phenomenal helmet. I'm very grateful for that. And then another friend out here, a fan friend came out and said, hey, man, I want to make you a helmet too. Like, is it cool? Like, yeah, sure. Cool. I like stuff. And he's like, cool. And John Rodriguez, another amazing prop maker out here in California, made me this helmet as well. And also when I travel with, I travel with them both, I swap them around, just because they're two different styles, but they're the same thing. And it represents two different prop makers, right? I think this one's 3D printed and then this one is casted. And it's just kind of showing their styles that they do for their helmets, and I'm very appreciative that they got to make these helmets, and I get to show them off, and hopefully send people their way because they're amazing artists. And it takes a lot of skill and time and patience to do these things, and I'm just very grateful to have them. So those are my helmets.
Right on.
I have a funny story about. Let's see. I'm gonna try not to go through everything here. I'm gonna go through a couple things. So there's a funny story behind this blade. Okay, somebody made me this blade. It's not it is a vibro blade. You can't see it. There we go. Somebody made me this blade. Starlight on Instagram. So when we're filming Civil War, and he has a kit of the blades that are metal, but I guess they don't make them anymore. So it's an actual blade that he made, painted, and went about it. And when I first started doing this, I said, "Man, that's a cool blade." And how do I get one? He's like, "Yeah, they don't make them anymore, but we'll talk about it one day." Anyway, time passed. We come in contact with each other on set. "Hey, remember we were talking about that blade?" "Yeah." "Well, look what I have." And he handed it to me, and it's a blade. I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I've been wanting one of these, and I think it's super cool." So I'm going around to each person, showing them the blade, how he made it, telling them the story on how we were talking about it, and then he didn't have the kit anymore, and now he's giving me this knife. That was on a Friday. We wrapped on Sunday, and I'm doing my final scene, and I still haven't been able to work the knife into a scene. And I'm like, you know what? Let me do this. And I tried to put it in the scene, didn't work. So I handed it back to the PA, which the PA gave it to him. And I'm like, so the scene wrapped, day wrapped, Sunday night. "Hey, can I get my blade back?" "Well, what do you mean?" "Yeah, the knife you gave me. Can I get it? Because you have it, right?" "Yeah, but I'm not giving it to you." "Wait, what do you mean? Didn't you just give it to me on Friday?" "Oh no, we were talking about it so much, I wanted to show it to you." Aww. and just so that I had it. I'm like, "Oh my God, I completely misunderstood you because I've been telling everybody you gave it to me." He's like, "Yeah, I know. You seem so happy. I didn't want to say no. I didn't want to say anything." I was like, "Oh my God." He's like, "No, here, take it. Like, no, it's a huge misunderstanding that I thought you were giving me the knife." And he felt so bad that he made me a different blade. It's not metal, but it's still super, super cool.
That's cool.
But it was such a funny misunderstanding that I thought he gave it to me. So I'm super excited. For 3 days, I had this knife telling everybody, and he's not correcting me. And he let me go about my day. So that was one thing. Let's see. Well, I'll show you one more thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. I might have to. Can I unblur my background and see? I know I can. I just don't know how. There it is. Visual effects, blur. All right. Oh, gosh. So when I go to cons and anywhere I go, I love challenge coins. I've gotten really kind of into the challenge coin, world. Let me see if I can show this without anything happening.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nice.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got quite a few challenge coins.
That's cool.
And one fell. But it's okay. Yeah, I love these things. I love challenge coins. Each one is a different story from somewhere else. Each person who gives me a coin has their own story on how they got it. So I love collecting the challenge coins, anywhere I go. Same thing with the patches too. I have a lot of patches from places that I've been.
I do love the patches.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Change it back. There we go. All these patches are cool.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dad badge.
I put this in my office.
Yeah, dad badge.
Love that.
So if you guys have a patch, we need to make it work.
Right on.
My last thing, and I'll stop. I have my Topps card. Yeah.
Very cool.
One of the only Topps cards that I know, Jay Manchand. I know there's 2 Topps cards that are sketch artists, but I have an official Topps card that's mine, and I paid way too much for it, but it's okay because I want it.
Right. Yeah. Is there like a name of a character on that, or is it just like Red Mando? Or
there's no name on it. It's just the artist name.
Okay.
Yeah, the Mando doesn't have a name. He does have a nickname that was given to him by the artist, Judah Escalante. He called him Buckeye or Buccaneer, just because of the colors, silver and red, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not an official name, non-canon. Have to put that out there, otherwise you get in trouble. But just kind of a nuance and a nice little nod to the character. And it's kind of a nod to Judah, because he put a lot of time into making this thing, and so did Marcus, and a lot of the love has to go to them too, because I just got to wear the suit. Like, I'm very grateful I got to wear that suit, but the reason it looks cool is because of the art department and the costumes department. Everybody in that department made sure these Mandos look great. So Judah and Marcus and that entire team who designed these Mandalorians, man, it's just as much their character as it is mine, because they, again, made it look fantastic. Everybody loves the way it looks. That love, that all goes back to them. So hopefully they supposedly.
Yes, Max Rebo. And actually, you know what? Funny enough, Max Rebo, I found him, so I'll get him in the mail. Better yet, I'll give him to Scruffy and I'll give him your address. He'll get him in the mail because
I'll get him in the mail.
Yeah. So, right on. Dr. Squatch, welcome to the show, sir. Daniel just radiates gratitude. The dude saying all the right things about fandom and how it brings people together out of passion. Right on.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And this, again, the fandom doesn't exist without the fans, or the entire thing doesn't exist without the fans. And the fans really do keep it afloat. There's so many people. Your list can go on and on who to thank and like who's responsible for making anything. It's just the actors are the people on the screen making it come to life, but so much goes into production, lighting, camera, production design, artists. Everybody has a hand in creating these worlds that we all love. So I believe everybody deserves their flowers whenever I can.
Right on. All right. So to wrap up, round out collection corner. Yeah. So I can't compare to that. I'll just be straight up not going to be able to compare to the helmets or anything. But yeah, first edition Mando. Pick those up. Just happened in the store when they were available before they sold out in our market. Scruffy, thank you, sir, for the Book of Boba Fett. Red, white, and or black, white, and red number 4. And then the only other thing was, I had seen these, you guys know me. I love anything Star Wars and Japan and samurai, infused, right? I'm a big fan of all that kind of stuff, just because of the roots of Star Wars with Kurosawa and some of those original films. So I actually found these in the wild, and that's the reason I picked them up, because I'd seen them online when they went for sale. But they had done these
that's cool.
The Impression series, which is samurai themed Funkos, and our local Meijer right here in Traverse City,
that's cool.
Had all 3 of the series.
Wow!
And of course, my favorite.
How did that happen?
Right? Obviously, my favorite being the boba.
Those are cool.
So in the boxes are all in mint. I'll leave them closed and just sitting there right on the shelf at Meijer. I mean, it was like, no, I'm not,
rip it open.
No, not gonna.
Thank you for leaving it closed.
Right.
Thank you.
So that's my collection corner. And Daniel, I think I saw you grab something, right?
I did. Yeah, because we were talking about it earlier, and I completely forgot about it because I have so many awesome things that people are great. I have a custom kit bashed Mandalorian figure.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Very cool.
Fan by the name of Fisher. Kit bashed this. Super cool. It looks really good. I love the way it looks. Super accurate. I have a few toys actually. I have a retro Kenner toy that somebody ended up making by a guy named Has No Talent on Instagram.
That's cool.
Just a little Kenner. He sent me a few of those Kenner figures of different Mandalorians, so I got a nice little covert going. And then my best friend made me one too as well. I don't know if you guys can see on here. It's gold and red.
Oh, that's cool.
Right,
That's awesome.
Now, the thing behind that was when the show came out initially, or the trailer came out, a lot of people thought it was gold and red. They were like, "Oh, they're not giving a nod to Tony Stark." I'm like, why? No, but it was gold and red, and it took a while. And I was like, "No, guys, it's silver. It's Beskar silver and red." But my best friend saw the trailer and he goes, "Oh, you're gold and red, right?" It's like, "No, I'm Beskar silver and red." But he goes, "Oh, let me change it. Let me change it." I said, "No, hold on. Leave it gold because that's the way you see the character, and that's fine. Doesn't mean it has to be correct, but that's just how you perceive the colors to be." So I have a nice gold and red, and then I have a screen accurate, really cool kit platform. So again, Venom's super cool.
Awesome.
Very grateful for everybody.
No, those are very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. It's awesome. So you not only get to live the nerd dream of being on set, but now you got the action figure to back it up. So I mean, that's a nerd dream come true right there. So
yes, it is.
All right. So that wraps up Collection Corner.
And I want it mint now.
I had too much fun doing that. So right on. Soon he'll have a carbonite. Yes.
Oh yeah. That'll be super cool.
Come on, Vincent. Cool. Come on, Vincent. You got to do it. Mando covert. Mandalorian covert. I mean, how would that not be perfect? So, all right. Scruffy, what time
carbonates.
Boom.
Right on.
Dad jokes. Hit me.
Right. All right. Here we go. Let me find my
dad joke of the week. Time to annoy Scruffy and DB. Dad joke of the week.
He literally wrote that on his way home from work one night. Recorded it and everything. He's very proud of that.
I'm gonna start singing it now instead of
I know, right?
Right. All right. Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week, courtesy of Kelly Knox's Star Wars Dad Jokes. Kelly, thank you. I've got volume 2 on order, waiting for that to come in. And so all right. Just to kind of go along with the theme of this episode, Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week. Why do the Warriors of Mandalore leave their helmets on?
Because they have bad teeth.
It's mandatorian.
That was Dad Joke of the Week. Now don't you feel absolutely complete?
All right.
I just want to say, I thought you were singing that live.
Oh no, he recorded that and literally on his way home from work recorded it and played it that night.
Well, I did a rough cut into their voice recorder on my phone
in the car.
Way home.
In the car
on my way home from work, and then
can you see this on his way home? Dad.
Yeah. I like the idea of him sitting at a stoplight, just kind of like going through
I know, right?
Trying to sing it, and then somebody looking at him like, "Man, this guy's really going in on his."
Right.
Carbonates is on top of it. It looks like.
Rock on, Carbonites. Come on, man. Rock on, man. Right on. All right.
Copyright strike. Agreed.
Daniel, where can people find you online?
Guys, you can find me on Instagram at romero.life. Life is spelled with L-Y-F-E. Sometimes I post not behind the scenes, but I post content about Star Wars, especially about my time on the show, a little about my life, and a lot of stuff about Civil War, especially because we are in production. We're in post-production now. So at any point you guys want to see any behind the scenes or any updates or news as to Civil War, that's where you'll find it. Also about any of the Comic-Cons or con convention that you're going to see me at, also post on Instagram who's going to be there, where I'll be, and we're just going to have a good time and just talk Star Wars.
Right on. And he collaborated on the post on Instagram for this episode. So that's a great way to just find that post, and you can, his Instagram account is linked to that. So you can definitely find that and then give him a follow. So, All right, before we sign off, so all of our guests, Daniel, on the show become honorary members of Brown Squadron. And so with that, you get a call, you get a flight designation, and you get a call sign. So you are going to go on the records as Brown 89 as part of Brown Squadron. And then for the call sign, I'm kind of going back and forth between a couple because I liked, and I'll let you pick. Obviously, you were the Red Mando, but you got to wear that Marauder helmet in the fan film, so I thought that that would be kind of cool. Or even I like the name of Buckeye, if to kind of honor that Topps card. But is there a particular one, or is there another Star Wars name that you would like to use as your call sign?
I like Buckeye. Buckeye would be a lot of fun. Just kind of keep that nuance going. If it can't be official, might as well be, it's part of a squadron.
Yeah, right on.
Absolutely.
And like I said at the beginning of the show, I think we're having more and more Mandos on. I think we're just gonna have to have a special division of Brown Squadron.
Absolutely.
That's a Mando Strike Force. So right on. Well, Daniel, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show with us. From unboxing, the show's been great. I blame you guys for not getting an episode posted tonight. He usually he does a whole unboxing series, and he usually posts his episode right after we go off the air. But and Carbonites, yes, pound that like button, like how the armor pounds Beskar steel. Right on. Yeah. So Brown Squadron is on all the socials. You can find us on X, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, all of that. You can email us at brownsquadron@gmail.com. We're live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, X, and Facebook. And then Scruffy put that up there again from Carbonites. And so on YouTube, so click subscribe, and then pound that like button like the armor pounds Beskar steel. So Daniel, it's been great having you on tonight, sir.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. You guys are a great time to be around. Hopefully, we do get to meet at some cons at any point out in Michigan. You said Steel City or Motor City.
Motor City. There's also a really great con for collectors in Nashville that we go to every spring, and it's called ICCC, ICCC. It's all about collectors, and they have Latif's going to be there this year, I think, and Brendan was there last year, and a few others, and then I think Paul.
Katie Sackhoff. That's where Katie Sackhoff remembered me.
Yes, Scruffy, we know that.
Thank you.
But yeah, that.
Chris Bartlett's going to be there this year, I think.
He was there last year, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got to meet him there, and we've had him on the show too. Super nice guy. And but yeah, no, we really appreciate you've got an open invitation. Anytime you want to join, you're welcome to join us. And you're a member of the squad. And yeah, definitely let us know when that fan film's coming out, and we definitely want to get that plugged for you. And I have to officiate my daughter's wedding later this year, so I might have to hit you up for some tips on that. So, all right, man. All right. So thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for those that'll listen to the rebroadcast of this. This is Brown Leader signing off for the crew, and you have been listening and watching Hyperspace Heroes. That's
no moon.
That's
Oh, yes, the joyous sprinkle.